Hello, my loves. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to Transformational Tantra. I am Divine Celiane, your gifted healer, reader, seer, empathic healer, ordained love minister, whatever else that I collect upon the way. It's been a minute since I have seen you, and with good reason, just dealing with the energies of the new season, of the new year in particular. So many transitions, and that is what we're going to actually talk about today. So let's get started, y'all. Many of you know we're in Capricorn season, and I know you have been feeling the phases of the moon. I am not an astrology person, I'm going to tell you. I don't know that by heart, but I do believe in it. So, and its effects on us, very prevalent. So if you want to know about that, please go and see an astrologist. But I was looking at the planets moving out of Libra and the moon we have right now and planets transitioning and aligning. Some in good aspects, some in shadow aspects. But nonetheless, no matter where you are in your chart, there's transition at this time. And a lot of times we life coaches will guide someone through an experience or guide someone through, to what they need to work on so they can make the change in their life. But a lot of times we miss what to do during transitions. So this video is basically loving yourself through transitions and what to do through transitions. And right now, we're transitioning. There have been some of us in this general community that have been through so many heavy things in our energy field, aura field, in our space, connections to us we didn't want, didn't ask for, some that we did, and these soul contracts that we need to let go, some of us that haven't let go. So much movement. And there's a question of what do I do once I've been through the transition? Well, you keep on going with what you newly learned. Okay. For some of us, it is stepping forward beyond those that have hurt us, no matter who they are. For some of us, it has been a quest for knowledge and collecting knowledge from different people, places, and things. For some of us, has been growing up in who we are and taking accountability of our ego and selfishness so we can be selfless. For some of us, it's been looking at the road ahead and finally making that decision of how we want to move and where we want to go. And realizing for some of us, we don't want to go in this particular direction. We don't want to be with these people. We don't want to deal with these family members, that kind of thing. Okay. So, I did want to say, when I was saying the signs, happy birthday to the Capricorns, by the way. You are very loved, and to a wonderful new year to you. So, moving on. So, when you're going through a transition, you will know the transition starts because you will have tower moments upon tower moments. It will feel like just things are not right. Things are not opening up right. They're not aligning. And this is where I say you take a step back and you look at the situation as if you're detached from the situation. And I know that could be hard. I know. But that's because we got to put those emotions on lock and see the facts first before our emotions take our minds away somewhere that it doesn't need to go. Bearing crosses we don't need to bear, right? So take a moment to step back. And if you have to make that plan B, you have to have the wherewithal within you to do that without all those emotions in the play, without that monkey mind in the play. You are walking through transitions with calm, humility, grace, and love, and a lot of faith because you don't know what's going to be, right? You can plan to go to school and all of a sudden your computer craps out and you don't have the money to replace it. But instead of sitting up there, woe is me, you're deciding to say, okay, how can I secure that so I can get that? Okay, let me get my aid together so I can, you understand? Making that plan B. Getting it together, but you're not worrying so you don't come from the place of lack. A lot of things that are in play, right? But when you're walking through a transition, understand it's a tower moment. And it's a tower moment that's needed. And there's a reason why I'm laughing. There's a reason why I am laughing. Because for some reason, Geminis are just being prone for these last 4 years of getting hit back to back to back to back with towers. Geminis and Libras. Man, so I'm just, so that's why I'm kind of laughing, because I had to talk to myself on that front too. You understand what I'm saying? So, walk through it knowing it's a tower. When you can accept the fact that it's a tower, okay, you're not running from it, and you're like, I want to skirt it, I'm going to stick my head in the sand until it's time for me to come up. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It is your chance to gather information, because that's what you do in transition time. Yeah, you just passed one season, but as you're walking toward the other, you're in this like hallway space, okay? And so you're gathering knowledge. You're gathering things that you need to bring you forward. So you're remembering the lessons. You're still having that love for yourself. You are actually fortifying what you learned so you don't forget. So in that hallway space that you're walking, that in-between space, that's what you're doing. You're recollecting, you're remembering, but you're also letting go. So you're doing this type of thing. Calling into you what you need, but you're letting go what you don't need, right? You're understanding that I'm walking somewhere new. And so somewhere along this path, you've got to have that excitement to be new, to be juiced, to be like, okay, I got this. I got this. So when you're walking through a transition, welcome it. Welcome it into your space. Welcome it into your being, into what is. Okay? Love yourself through it. Oh my goodness. If there was ever a time that it was needed for you to love yourself, transition. I mean, anytime, really, right? But transition time is so important, because your emotions are going to be off balance, and you got to really listen to your intuition to know what is true for you, and you got to trust it. Faith, this part of the season right now, faith is being called for from everyone. You've been through the hell. You've learned the lessons. Do you have faith in yourself to carry it through and to show what you're going to do? Do you have enough love of you to have faith in you and spirit to bring you what you need? Spirit brings it in from the universe. You take it the next step of the way, kind of like a football player, catching that ball and running, right? Are you going to remember the play that you need to catch that ball and run it to the end zone? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry. I'm so excited for football. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, football family here. So, anywho, are you going to be able to take it and transmute it and use it? That's what transition is a transmutation period. To take what you learned, transmute that energy, and then stick it in somewhere else where that mechanism is like, yes, they got it. We can now open this up. Boom. Opportunities open up for the next thing. I understand, though, what the next thing is, the next positive and the next shadow, whatever it is. Because you now, new level, new devil, right? You're now up higher, which means what that force against you is now higher, which it's all, it all stacks, and it's all equal to the level that it's on. So cool. It's just the coolest. You know, some people look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm like, it's the coolest mechanism to ever see, because everything fits within it. Everything. And if anything is out, there's any kink, it's just tap back in and right back into the mechanism. It's the coolest thing ever to see. So, my loves, you're being called at this time to walk with your head held high through the transition period. This is a huge transition period. The dragons are awaking, and some are already awake and blowing that fire and clearing out, and for everyone. And because I'm a dragon too, we're doing that work. We are lighting that flame, and we are doing that work, because some things just need to die and go. And so you can let them go so they can. Some things do not belong here, getting in the way. And those things know what they are. That's just how it is. So the dragons are waking up to clean up house where it's time, like it needs to. So understand, it is no punishment on you. It's life. That's how life is, right? It tests you every step of the way. But every step of the way, you have the chance to learn something new, something exciting, something great about yourself and about life and about other people. It's nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing better than that. Hopefully that helped with kind of how to walk through transitions in your life. There's so many, even the happy ones. Let me talk on this one. Even the happy ones. Understand that as the sun comes, so does the rain, right? And the rain is equally beautiful with its, I call them blue cloud days, where it's overcast and you can put on some beautiful jazz and a fire, and you have that wine, and you are listening to some beautiful jazz classics. Ooh, sorry, as you said, my favorite thing to do. And you having a blue day. You know what I'm saying? Because the rain makes everything new, just like the sun enlightens and makes everything sing, right? It is all valid. It is all needed. It is all a beautiful experience that we need to have. So understand that even if your transition and is more positive, and I'm talking about this is during the transition, right? And when you come out of it, it's worse than your transition was. Listen, you got to roll with the punches, with the ups and the downs and the goods and the bads and the light and the shadow, baby. You got to roll with it. That's life, right? You can't just stand there because like, oh, it was so good. You missing life while you sitting up. Life is doing this while you sitting there boo-hooing and life is going by. No, babe. When it's time for that challenge to come, let that challenge come. That's striking your behind to ask you and to show you your next steps. So guess what? You can jump up to that other apartment that you're moving up to be ready for that next apartment. We don't move. We don't stay static. We keep moving in this life. We keep learning. We keep moving unless we choose not to. And we choose to sit in that lesson. Notice, choose. There's a lot of things we do choose. And there's a number of things we don't. Okay. But there's a lot of things we do actually choose that we are responsible for, not spirit. So understand. This is all a part of your learning experience to your higher self, to the God you are. So you can remember how great you are. Not in selfishness, but in selflessness. Better than ego, because it's not necessary. You understand? So welcome your transitions, even though they feel uncomfortable. There's a reason. That means you're static in a space that you need to move. You have sat there and you're collecting dirt and dust. You can settle like Jello. No. No, babe. So that Jello's gonna start shaking. You're gonna start moving. It's gonna get you lit up out of that comfortable space. You're like, hey, I was doing great here. Yeah, I know. Too great. No. Time for you to learn something. Time for you to, if you hiding away from the world, my loves, you're going to get shaken up. If you too much in the world shaking that booty, my loves, you going to get your ass sat down. If you sitting up here not being your potential as high as you could be, something's going to happen to make you see what you can be. This year, when we say this year, 2024, is about truths, you're going to see you this year. You're going to see the real you this year. The real person you are. I said the dragons are clearing things away. It's clearing all bullshit. But all the smoke is going to be cleared. Clarity is coming in. They can't cover it anymore. They don't have that power anymore. So, you're going to see you. And you're going to see who you really are. And you're going to have to decide what you can take and you can't take. You're going to have to decide how you're going to fix it. If you're going to fix it. You understand? You have to decide. You have to decide. So, I hope this helps. It has been my pleasure. And I am so grateful for you. I am so grateful for your authenticity that you are coming into this new year. That you are open, willing, and honest to look at yourself. We all are. And to move forward in love. This is all love work. And we're being called to truly learn what love is. Love my Father taught. So we can move towards true compassion. I'm now on my compassion journey because I know what love is now. I'm still going to be talking from the place of love, of course. Because I can't just jump to compassion for folks. But now, doing some major work in that aspect. You can't do the work of compassion until you understand what the work of love is. And that's that gritty, hard work, right? Transitions are a part of that. Trust and believe that. You don't just step into your higher next level without some type of change, movement, shift. No. No, baby. You got to go through your test to make sure you get there. And then as you're on there, as you're on your way there, guess what? You got to implement what you learned or you get knocked right back down. All right, my loves. I love you. Take care. I hope this helps. It is always my goal to be of help and of service. Understand this is for entertainment purposes. This is Big Mama's life and what she has learned and what I am here to tell you today. And it is all with love, honor, humility, faith in your journey and what you're going to do. Big Mama's just here to tell you what she sees. If you need any psychological counseling or mental health, please reach out to a mental health professional. That is so important. So important. I actually will be getting my certification in that because I know how important it is, especially for our youth. And so, please, love yourself and love someone else. I can't tell you that enough. Love yourself and love someone else. It is time we start spreading that message of love with each other. And even if they don't understand why you're loving on them, that is okay. As long as you do. That is all right. All right, my love. I love you. To my followers out there, thank you so much. I can't see you, but thank you, and I love you. Take care now. Namaste.